This video will be an explanation of the agenda and how to use it, what to pay attention to, how to use some of the links, and even if we've covered this in class already, it will be a very good review for you. So the green and gold cohort agenda. So this is for everybody, regardless of which cohort you are in, or which day you are actually physically in class with me. All of your information will be on this agenda. This agenda is your lifeline. Do not ignore it. Make sure you are looking at it every single day. We had to figure out a way to put everything kind of in one place so it is the least confusing possible, and this is what I came up with. So please make sure you are looking at it every single day to know your assignments and your assessments, everything that you need to complete. So when you first look at the agenda, you have my contact information up here at the top, Mrs. Poe, and then poekimberly@sadel.net is my email address. I also have office hours every Wednesday from 10:45 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Wednesdays are when you can pop in. I will put that link up there as well. That is when you can pop in and ask me any questions you have about this week, about the previous week, about any kind of work that you might have. I might even schedule a specific time for us to work together if there's some confusion about something, or I might do like a small group of students where we work together. So I will probably see you at some time during those office hours. You can see the instructions say please refer to the dates to keep updated on activities, assessments, and assignments. Easy enough. As you look through right here, these links that are right here are active links. So depending on the week you are on, so for example, let's say it's September 8th and I need to go to that week, so I would click on this. You just click on the bookmark part and it will zoom you right down in the page where your information, where the information is needed for that week. So this week, obviously, we'll click here. We're already here. It's the first week of school. So we're focusing on August 24th through the August 28th. We will discuss this more in class, we might have already discussed it in class already, but it can get very confusing how to read the agenda. There are two different sections that you will need to pay attention to. The section that is in class where you are physically with me, and the section that is virtual, where you are working virtually by yourself. Both sections are important, and both sections will always be included in every single week. Every single week you'll have an in-class agenda and you'll have a virtual agenda. Okay. So, these days are day 1 and day 2 are like your in-class days. So if I am in class, would I pay attention to this agenda? I would still need to get it pulled up for reasons I'm about to explain in a second. But would I need to go through and make sure I'm looking at every single task that we're doing in class? No. Because we're already doing it in class and I'll kind of take care of that for you. So the part that you really, really need to pay attention to, this is on here for a reminder, if you ever need to look back or if you're absent and you need to find some materials. The part that you really need to pay attention to will be this virtual part right here. So as you can see, it says that you need to complete the activities in this order, and they must all be completed before we come back in person together. So if I were to look at this and I would say, okay, now what do I need to do virtually for the week of August 24th through the 28th? I'm going to look and I'm going to see attendance, complete corresponding date quick write once a day. So, the quick writes will always be on the right hand side over here, and you need to do it every single day whether you're in class or you're not. The quick write will always be the same in class or virtually. So even if I come into class, say I'm in the green cohort and I come into class on Monday and I sit down, Mrs. Poe, me, will probably have it projected on there, but you could also go on here and say, okay, it's Monday, August 24th. Go to this slideshow right here. And I linked it so it will go directly to the correct quick write for the day. If you clicked on any of the subsequent links right here, it'll take you to that day. This is important because it can get a little confusing when you are virtual. So when you are virtual, you might log on and you might say, well, okay, I'm confused. Day 1, if you're in the gold cohort, you might look on Monday and you might say, okay, am I supposed to start at day 1? No, because this is your in class. That's what we are doing in class. So if your virtual days are Monday, Tuesday, you would go down here and you'd say, okay, here are my virtual days. So here are the tasks that I need to be focusing on. I did not split up the virtual activities into separate days. I just bunched them all together. So these are your tasks for the 3 days that you are virtual, regardless of the days you are virtual. Does that make sense? I know there might be some questions about this. It's a little confusing. But those are your tasks even when you're virtual. So you could go through, if you wanted to, in one day you wanted to knock out task 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you wanted to be done with it, and you submit proof to me that you completed those tasks, cool. That's completely fine. If that's the way that you work best, go ahead. The one thing I will say that's super important is I will be taking attendance through the quick writes. So you need to make sure you complete each daily quick write as a check-in. So if you go through and you complete all of your tasks on day 1, the only quick write you absolutely have to have submitted on that day 1 would be Monday, August 24th. Why? Because if you're not physically in class, I need to look online and see, okay, did this person log in and are they actually working on things? Some people might have attendance sheets. I'm choosing to do a quick write because I think it'll be easier because we do it inside or outside of class. So you might say the schedule is a little more conducive to the people who have in-person class on Monday and Tuesday. It might be a little less confusing. And that's just, I had to pick one or the other to kind of form this out. So if you do not have physical in class on Monday and Tuesday, you just always know, like, whoop, I just need to shoot down to the bottom. I don't have to worry about this stuff that we're doing in class because we'll get to that on a different day when we're in person. And it is the same thing for the Monday and Tuesday in-person group. They are not physically in class on Thursdays and Fridays, so they'll have to come here and they'll have to say, okay, Thursday, I have to open this up, and I have to complete the quick write. The way that the quick write is completed, I should have had this pulled up already, but I have other videos explaining it, is your daily writing agenda, which hopefully you already have set up by now. Your daily writing agenda is where I will always go and check that you finished your quick write, and then I can mark you as present for that class. Again, once you make it through these activities for the week, do not work ahead on other weeks, because I will tell you, if you work ahead on other weeks, it's possible that something could change, and then you might end up doing some work for nothing. So, week 1, you're going to log in. You're going to say, okay, this is week 1. This is my in-class stuff. Don't have to worry about it. Mrs. Poe will cover it with me. Week 1, these are my virtual activities. These are what I need to get done on my own, as well as these quick writes for attendance.